Today we are talking about IR, stem-changing preterite verbs. IR, stem-changing preterite verbs. Do you remember last unit? Well, all of you were saying, can you tell us what the two stars mean? Tell us what the two stars mean, even though it's right there and it says the first change is the present tense. The changes in the boot or the shoe, and the second is the preterite change that changes in third person. Well, that is going to become extremely obvious to you today. Here we go. Stem-changing preterite verbs. Some verbs have a stem change, meaning they change the vowel of the stem. We've seen them before. In this unit, they're verbs like COMPETIR, which means to compete, or DIVERTIRSE, which means to have fun, or DORMIR, to sleep, or DORMIRSE, to fall asleep, like we learned last unit, MENTIR, to lie, PEDIR, to ask for or to order, PRETERIT, to prefer, REPETIR, to repeat, SEGUIR, to follow, or SERVIR, to serve, and VESTIRSE, to get dressed. And these are all stem-changing preterite verbs. What does it mean to be a stem-changing verb? Well, you must remember the shoe or the boot. Way back in the day when the only thing you knew was present tense, I think it was back in September, we talked about dormir, to fall asleep, and we knew that it was an O to U, E stem-changing verb, which means it went duermo, duermes, duerme, dormimos, duermen. And I told you it was a shoe verb or a boot verb because when you drew a line outside the places where it changed, it sort of looked like a sneaker or a boot or a shoe. IR stem-changing verbs in the preterit only change in the L, ea, eos, eos form. I call them sandal or slipper verbs, and I'm going to show you why. Dormir in the preterit. If you wanted to say I slept, not I sleep, that's present. I slept, preterit. If we're thinking it's a sandal or a slipper verb, then it's only going to have a change in the bottom. And it goes dormi, dormiste, dormio, dormimos, dormieron. We also saw these change in the endo-iendo forms way back in the day. Dormio, dormieron. It only changes in the bottom two, like the sandal or slipper, instead of the shoe. So COMPETIR is an E to I stem-changing verb. Now, if you want to know on a verb what is the vowel that would change, you go to the IR and go one syllable back to the E. That's the tonic vowel. And the tonic vowel goes E to I. So competi, competiste, competio, competimos, competieron. Divertirse. So you go to the IR, go one vowel back. It's going to go E to I, only in the bottom two. And we have to remember that there was a verb that was reflex before it came these pronouns. Me, te, say, no, say. Me, te, say, no, say. Me, te, say, no, say. And then we conjugate in the preterite tense. Ole! So me diverti, te divertiste, se divertio, nos divertimos, se divertieron. And it will become second nature to you as you use them more. Mentir, menti, mentiste, mentio, mentimos, mentieron. Pedir, to order or to ask for. Pedi, pediste, pedio, pedimos, pedieron. So I asked for pedi. She asked for pedio. Preferir, go to the IR, go one vowel back to prefer. It'll, of course, change in the bottom two. Preferi, preferiste, preferio, preferimos, preferieron. Repetir, go to the IR, one vowel back. It'll change in the bottom. Repeti, repetiste, repetio, repetimos, repetieron. And again, it's only changing in the sandal or the slipper in the bottom two. SEGUIR. SEGUIR is going to look weird no matter what because of this UIR thing. But it goes SEGUI, SEGUISTE, SEGUIO, SEGUIMOS, SEGUIERON. Don't lose that U, it's very important. SERVI. So SERVI, SERVISTE, SERVIO, SERVIMOS, SERVIERON. VESTIRSE. Again, now we have a reflexive. So me te se no se, and of course it will have the spell change. Me vesti, te vestiste, se vistio, nos vestimos, se vistieron. And we'll go on. Hopefully you learned a little something. You'll get some more practice in class and be ready for those Clegg games. If you're still confused, watch it many more times. Adios.